Hey you guys, it's Tilly here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi there. And today I am super stoked. You guys read the title right. I'm going to be giving you guys 40 tips for high school. This is all about high school advice. There's for beginning college students. There's specific advice for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So let's just hop right on into the video. This might be a little bit of a lengthy video, you guys. So before we get too into the video, I want you guys to go and grab a snack, a drink, maybe grab a comfy blanket. We're all in quarantine anyways, and we're just going to get started. So the first thing is that the ACTs and the SATs are not necessary when you first go in. When you first go into high school, they always try to tell you, hey, you need to start prepping for your ACTs, your SATs, your PSATs, whatever the other test is, plus the STARS test. Like, there's all these tests, right? But let's be real. I just finished my associate's degree at a community college. I did not, by any means, pass the ACT. I did not pass the SAT. I literally passed the TSI and all the STAR tests in high school. I have gotten into a couple arguments with people over this, but it is true. And even I've applied to Texas A&M and I have yet to be asked for those scores. It's not even on the application for the ACTs and SATs. Like, I didn't have to put anything in there. So if you have to take the SATs or ACTs or someone's telling you to, I mean, yeah, it's a good thing to have under your belt. Is it absolutely like end of the world, end of life necessary? No. The STAR test does not determine your future. I know for sure every student in Texas and every student in Florida has to take this test. There are some ways to get out of the test, but I would just say do your best to pass the test and just get it out of the way, because it doesn't predict your future. It honestly just gets schools money. And you know, the larger the passing rate is, the greater chance of like the school getting more money. That's what that's for. It's not to determine your future. It's not to test your knowledge. It's actually just to see if the teachers are doing their jobs, and that's why they spend, I don't know, like half to a whole semester preparing us for one test. I know the struggle. If I could pass them, you could pass them. I was mortified. However, it is okay. Just study, do your best, and I can almost guarantee that all of you watching this video are going to pass your exams. This one is going to get some people. Counselors are not always right. There are times in high school and beginning of college where you have to make the decision. You have to stand up for what you want. And I can give an example. I went to my counselor trying to switch over. I do believe it was my endorsement, and I was picking out classes for my last year in high school. And let's just say I was being told that I had to take physics, that it was a must-have. It's gotta happen. I was like, no, it doesn't. Because I looked through the course catalog and I went through everything and I was like, what in here says that I have to take physics? So I fought tooth and nail and I ended up not having to take physics. So you have to stand your ground, even if you're a freshman in high school. If there is something that you want, or if there's something that you want to take, you want to challenge yourself, you don't think something's right, speak up to your counselor. Your counselor is there to benefit you. They're not there to tell you what to do. They're there to provide guidance, hence guidance counselors, but they're not your parents. You're going to be going to high school, or you're in high school, or you're going to college. Stand up for what you want. Take what you want and get it. Don't be afraid to change your mind. This is a big one, especially going into high school. So backstory, as an example, I set my heart on doing everything from dance to fitness to going to college for kinesiology. 6th grade, it was set. I was still set on it by the end of senior year. I think there was one chance that I wasn't, but then I went back to it. I got to my community college. I started out in the kinesiology major. Now, after, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 attempts of trying to pass Anatomy and Physiology 1, I decided that a change needed to be made. So after 6 years of being set on taking kinesiology classes to get my degree, I changed it. I changed it to commercial arts. Totally terrified. I hadn't taken art classes since grade school. And you know what? It is honestly the best decision that I've made in my education. It is the best decision that I've made. So don't be afraid to change your mind. Life is all about change. Changing who you are, evolving as a person, changing your path, and choosing the right path. You're not going to choose the right path the first time. You're probably going to fail like 10 times before you get to where you want to be. But that is the point. That's the point of life. All of you freshmen out there, you do not need to have your whole entire future planned out and laid out in front of you as soon as you walk in that door to high school. You just don't. In high school, just live throughout high school. If you go in there freshman year and you're stressing about college from that point on, I mean, you do you. And, everyone else will do them, but I'm just talking from experience. I tried researching colleges freshman year, and let's be honest, I just got bored of it. I saved that, honestly, until senior year, and I didn't have a problem with it. It'll be okay. Don't be afraid to ask for help, whether that's from your friends, teachers, counselors, heck, even the principal, if you have a good principal. There is no wrong question. The only wrong question, or the wrong, dumb question, is the one that's not asked. So whether that's trying to find a classroom, trying to find your locker, you don't understand something, anything of the sorts, just ask somebody. Don't be scared. I was terrified, but I'm telling you, after the first couple times I did it, I was fine. I was actually asking more questions than needed to be asked. So questions are your best friend in high school. I cannot stress enough how important this one is. Please do not care or take to heart what other people think about you. This took me, I think the first 3 years of high school to get this down. I think it was maybe halfway through junior year that I finally said, I'm done. I'm done listening to you guys. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do me and do what I gotta do, and that's about it. It may take a minute, but if you think about it, no one in high school is actually trying to ruin you. I know there's a lot of us out there that got bullied, myself included, but there will always be mean people, whether that's in high school, workplace, all throughout your adulthood. It's a thing. It's gonna happen. I'm not gonna tell you guys that, there aren't bullies in high school or anything. But what I am gonna tell you is the sooner that you realize that you don't have to care about what other people are saying about you, what they think about you, or even if they tell you hey, I like your shirt, but your pants really don't go with it. What do they know? They're not you. They didn't go to your closet this morning and be like, hey, I'm gonna rock this today. They didn't do that. You did. You did that, and you picked out everything for your schooling. Just be yourself and stick to it, and don't deter from it. Just be yourself and you will be fine. Adding on to being yourself, one of the absolute best ways to do that is to get involved in school organizations. Now, me personally, I was in 6 or 7. I got really involved after my freshman year, and it was so rewarding, and I feel like every school organization that you're in helps build your character better, and you get a better understanding for who you are, and you'll realize this isn't really right for me, but maybe this is, and you can go back and forth, and you can actually build up your character and characteristics, and it'll show people wow, that's pretty awesome what you're doing, because you might have something to offer your school that they've never done before. And a big thing for me was belly dancing. I'm sure I've mentioned this on this channel before, but freshman year there was a spring show that is a dance showcase that we had at my high school, and I did 2 belly dance solos. That gained me the nickname the belly dancer all around my high school for the rest of my years at my high school, and it was very rewarding. And after that, I made a belly dance organization at that high school. I have no idea if it's still going on now. Haven't heard anything, but I do know that the 3 years that I had the belly dance club, it was pretty awesome. Everyone loved it. Staff, other faculty, teachers, students, even people that didn't even go to my high school. There were other middle schools and even some elementary schoolers were like, oh my gosh, that's the belly dancer. So it is really cool. Get involved and you will definitely find out something about yourself and people will love it. These next two go hand in hand. One, do not forget to take care of yourself. 2, you actually do need sleep. And 3, this one wasn't on your bomb to say anyway. Please don't get addicted to coffee. Please don't. Getting addicted to coffee is so not, it's not a good thing. It's actually quite embarrassing. I went oh gosh. I went a long time drinking 7 to 8 cups of coffee a day to keep my body going. But anyways, it is very important in high school to take care of yourself. And I cannot tell you how many people I've seen and how many times I have gone to school. I'm fine the first hour. Next thing I know, I'm sleeping on my desk. Taking care of yourself is imperative. You want to eat proper meals, be on a proper sleep schedule, bring some snacks. Sometimes eating healthy snacks will help wake you up. And lastly, make sure that you put yourself together in the morning. I am not telling you, don't go to your parents or don't go to your friends and be like, oh, you know, this YouTuber said this. No, I am saying that you do not have to wake up in the morning, like put makeup on, do your hair, whatever. Wear something that makes you feel good. This is probably going to break some people's hearts, but in high school, your friends may not always stick with you. For whatever reason, especially going from grade school to middle school, then middle school to high school, and then high school to college, there is like this wave that pushes people away from you or brings people back to you. I can't speak a whole lot on this except for the fact that I moved across the country right before I started my freshman year, and I kind of lost the 2 best friends that I had. And now I have one best friend and she is the bomb. Like, I love her to death. And we met each other actually at the spring show my freshman year, and then we were friends from that point forward. We were actually the belly dance club officers together. I made her officer because she actually got it down. So it was pretty cool. So you guys may go in with a group of friends. Don't be sad if you guys all find other people. You're going from a tiny middle school that's probably going to be filled up with 4 or 5 middle schools and high school. Like, it's bound to happen. Don't be afraid. And if there's an issue, communication is key. I cannot stress this enough. Yes, there are athletes. Yes, there are most likely dance teams. Yes, there are cheerleaders. Yes, there are so-called nerds. Yes, there are so-called gamers. The list goes on and on and on and on. But what I'm going to tell you is this is why I said in the beginning of this video to be yourself. Because in my opinion, if you're being yourself, you don't fit into a clique, and that's the goal. That is what I had to tell myself, because there are so many things that I like to do, that I love doing in school, that no one else wanted to do. Being yourself means that you're not going to be categorized into a clique. Now, a lot of people, you know, obviously if you are in a club or organization, that's one thing. But if you're going to say, I'm only hanging out with athletes and that's it, and I'll do whatever athletes do. Okay. No, we're not doing that in this video. I am telling you to not get involved in a clique. You can get involved in a school organization, a club. That's all dandy. But be yourself and don't let people categorize you. And if they do, set them straight. Okay, this next one, you guys are probably gonna think that I'm absolutely crazy. Like, why would we want to do that? I don't want to do that. I'm supposed to be on my own in high school, right? In theory, yes. In theory, in high school, you are supposed to become a little bit more dependent. No, we are not throwing our parents out the door and be like, bye, I don't need you anymore. No, if you do that, I can almost guarantee that your parents are going to like bag up all your belongings, put them out the front door and be like, okay, bye-bye. And then they'll watch you break down and then They might let you back in the house if you're nice to your parents again. We're not doing all that. Your parents have already most likely gone to high school. They've done their stuff. They've gone through it. If you have a problem and it's relating to friends, social life, academics, you don't understand something, your parents are there for you. High school is no different than having your parents help you in middle school, grade school, preschool, and raising you from the moment that you were born. Your parents are there for you. I can't stress this enough. Like, if you need help, go to your mom, go to your dad, go to your grandparents, aunt and uncle, I don't know, even cousins, sisters, brothers, nephews, nieces, I don't care. Just get help from someone, listen to your family. All right, ladies and gents, this is gonna be hard for some of you, but boyfriends and girlfriends are not an absolute necessity in high school. Yes, high school sweethearts are cute. It's a dream for most people. Not me, but for most people, okay? You will have the rest of your life to be with a significant other. You will have the rest of your life to go out to the movies, go out to beaches, stargazing. Yes, these are real things. I know this because my sisters have done them. High school is where you're supposed to start your future. Yes, you can have a relationship. That's all dandy. But don't put your academics on the back burner for someone else. My mom's rule is always education first, and before we even think about getting married, before we even think about having kids, you want to know what we're supposed to do, my sisters and I? Get our education, get a home, get a car, and be able to pay our bills independently. Independence. It's a thing. It's a thing. Hopefully this is not a trigger alert. I'm gonna put that out there. High school is one of those places where both depression and anxiety can creep up on you. Now, I think I've always had anxiety. Always. But the depression did not hit until senior year because of what happened. I'm not going to talk about it in this video, but they're very real things. And if you need help coping with them, and if, you know, let's say you're going to a therapist or a counselor outside of school, you can do it with one in school. There were weeks that I would seriously go in the counselor's office every day for an hour. Sometimes more, because, you know, there's just some people that you can talk to in school. This one is so important. This is my favorite tip out of the entire video because this drove me nuts during senior year. Everyone listen to me carefully. Take a deep breath. Let it out. I'm going to give you guys, like, the best piece of advice that anyone could ever give you. I'm so serious. Are we ready? The best college doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I don't care if it's Harvard, if it's Texas State, if it's UW-Madison. I don't care. You want to know what's the important thing? The education you're getting. Just the education and the classes needed does not change from a community college to a big fancy schmancy millions of dollars worth of university. It doesn't. In my opinion, there is no difference. Like, if you want debt, if you're one that wants debt, like, by all means, go to a university. However, if you would like to be debt-free and literally ride on grants, community college is your best friend. There are always going to be times where all of us have been or are sitting in class and we don't understand something. We have no idea what's going on. We just have no clue. No brainer. Our brains are dead. We don't know what's going on. Ask a question or speak up, even if it's right before class starts or after class starts. Me personally, I was always the one to ask after class started, just because I would watch through what the teacher was doing, especially in math. I would watch it a couple times and be like, do I get it? Do I not get it? And then when we started doing problems together, I was lost. So after class, I would be that person to go up to the desk and be like, hey, can you help me with this? I don't get it. And at first, I didn't even ask for help. Like, my teacher actually just knew and would roll the chair over and be like, all right, what are you stuck on? You know? So, yeah, speak up, ask questions, and I promise you, you won't regret it, because that's what teachers are there for. They're there to help you out. Peer pressure is a real thing. Oh my goodness. So, where I went to school, let's just say that drugs, smoking weed, and things like that, that was full of, you know, people's energy, and they were involved with it. People were peer pressured into doing it. Don't fall for that. Don't get involved in that crowd, because it's not going to benefit you. And if you get caught, that could potentially... It could potentially ruin a lot of things in your life. So just don't do it. Alright, I know that we all have at least 1 or 2 classes that we're like, do I have to go? Do I have to do this? Do I really though? And yes, you do. You need to try your best in every class. Obviously, we all have 1 or 2 subjects that are just not our subjects. For me, it was mostly anything social studies related and science related. Even though I want to go for kinesiology, but that's besides the point. Those are my subjects. Some people struggle with reading, some struggle with English, math, art classes, physical education classes. We all have our struggles, but you want to try your best in each class, because that shows your teachers that you're putting forth your best effort. Therefore, it may reward you in the future. I really want all of you, as either future high school students, current high school students, or anyone that's about to graduate and go into college, that your teachers and professors are there for you. That's their job. That is their job. And I did come across some teachers that I was like, you really don't care about the students. You just care about getting your paycheck, and you just come here and you look like you're just angry all day and you hate kids. So, you know, why are you even working in a school district? There are people like that, but there are people that are there that take pride in teaching their students. They work hard on their curriculum, and they talk to you with life lessons, or they're trying to really prepare you, or they'll even sit and have little mini chit-chat conversations. Like, there are teachers like that, and believe me, you're gonna want that throughout high school, because maybe one day your friend isn't there with you, or you just have nowhere to go for lunch. Go sit with your teacher. It's not weird. It's actually more common than you think for students to go and eat lunch with their teachers. I did it almost every day. If you guys take anything away from this video, it is that communication is key. Whether that is with friends, teachers, parents, principals, organization people, I don't care. Communication is like your most valuable asset in high school. It is, especially doing the transfer from high school to college. Oh, communication. Whether it is over the phone, in person, or email, please do not text unless your teachers like give out a number on their syllabus, or your professors, or anything like that. I feel like texting is the most informal form of communication. Emailing is basically the more professional way to text somebody, but you want to make sure that you have that nice letter layout, like, dear so-and-so, body of your email, sincerely, your name. That's how I always send out my emails. Communication is seriously going to be your holy grail, because you're not going to get anything done without communication. You have to do communication just by registering for the next school year. This next one is for all of you strongly opinioned and loud voiced people out there. If there is something that you really, really, really don't agree with, write an open letter to your principal or whoever you are addressing. Now, the point of an open letter is that it's not exactly coming from you, from like personal purviews, but it is coming from you to show that, you know, there are probably a lot of people that don't see this as the right thing to do, and so on and so forth. I know that unfortunately the class of 2020 has not gotten to experience their prom. I'm pretty sure most places have gotten to experience their homecoming. But there's another stigma about how prom and homecoming are overrated. I'm here to tell you that it is overrated if you think it's overrated. Now, my mom had a rule, and it was that I had to try to go to homecoming and prom at least once. It's always try it once. If you don't like it, you don't gotta go again. And it's not overrated in my opinion because you made some great memories. They played great music. If you love to dance, it's a great place for you. And also the pictures and the laughter and everything of the sorts. I never thought I was going to like it as much as I did, but I did. Adding on to prom and homecoming, I know a lot of people think that they have to go and buy the best dress and the best corsage. In all honesty, you don't need to spend money to have fun. So in this order, my first homecoming dress I actually already had from back home. My first prom dress I went and bought from the Rainbow Shop, which is just like a cheap clothing store. My homecoming dress for the next year, which was senior year, was from a thrift store. And then my prom dress for senior year actually came from, I think the store is called Pink Crush. And that was the most expensive dress. It was my senior year. I will actually insert a picture of it right here. Those were all of my dresses. So you don't have to spend all that money. The important thing is that you go out and you have fun. You don't have to buy your class ring from your school's sponsor. I know here in Texas, I don't know who it is. I just know that I looked at it and just by choosing the metal and the size and everything, that it was like $500. I'm like, what? Is it gonna cook for me? Is it gonna pay my bills? Is it gonna clean my house? No, it's not. So I went and my mom, she actually got my class ring, and that's actually what I'm wearing. And she got my class ring, and it's really nice because, you know, I will put pictures or a video of it up here. But I have my birthstone, which is diamond. I have a stardust cut, I think that's what it's called. Around that, there's like, it's the name of my school, which was Shoemaker. Class of 2018, my mascot, which was a wolf, and a paw print. And then on the other side, it was a ram. And then it was the school colors, which were gray and blue. Now, I think this ring cost just over $100 as like total. And when you do it from a high school's provider, it is like, I don't know, over $500. So you don't need to do that. If you want the memory of a class ring, go to Walmart. They have so many different styles. And I just ordered a class ring for finishing my associate's degree. And then I already know that the next step is an Aggie ring. As long as I make it, I plan on doing it. But they're great gifts to have, and they're great things to remind you of your memories and achievements, accomplishments. Excuse me. So that's something that I really recommend you guys to do, but don't go through your school provider. If you need to, ask a counselor to help you make some friends. It's not unheard of. I actually had a counselor help me make some friends. The counselor had gotten to know me a little bit and actually walked me to a group of people that was sitting at a table at lunch, and the next thing you know, we actually sat together for, I think it was like the first 2 years of high school, but then we all found different groups and we all started hanging out with different people. But the point is that the counselors can't help you find friends. Letterman jackets. Okay. I know that this is a big thing for a lot of people. I earned my Letterman jacket, and I was just so stoked when I found out that I had earned it. And literally, I was a STEM cheerleader. Between my academics and being a STEM cheerleader, I got my Letterman jacket. It is a dream, and it is possible for every student at every school. You do not have to be an athlete to get a Letterman jacket. You can get it for your brains. You can get it for being a cheerleader. Getting a Letterman is really possible for everyone. You just have to put in the work. You can even get a Letterman for being in choir, band, dance, anything. You can get a Letterman. You just gotta work for it. Talk to your teachers if you need help. This does not only apply to in school. This can apply to if something's going on at home, if you're having trouble with a friend, if you really need a break and you just need to step out, if there's a family emergency. Your teachers are so understanding. I was terrified, but when I found out that, my teachers actually really liked me, they helped me. And I can't count how many instances there were that teachers helped me calm down. They helped me by letting me stay in their rooms to eat, or even help me get past my bullying and become confident. So there's just so many things that your teachers are there for you for, and it's amazing. So I can almost guarantee that everyone watching this video is going to find a teacher or has a teacher that they can literally go to with anything, even more things than a counselor. Because you see your teachers every day. You don't see your counselors every day. So your teachers, that one teacher. This one's going to sound a little wonky, but bring snacks. Bring food. Holy cannoli. High school makes us hungry. It just makes us hungry. I don't know what it is. Even in college, it's like I get done with one class, I'm halfway through and I'm like, I'm starving. I want food. So granola bars, if you want to bring some like granola or little chips, please don't bring a bunch of candy and like zebra cakes to school. That's just not healthy. That's gonna make you hyper, and then you're gonna fall asleep in your next class. Don't do it. It also is gonna make you feel really cruddy. Just don't do that. Just bring some healthy snacks, a bottle of water with you everywhere, and follow your school's rules on like if you can eat in the classroom, if you have to wait till like passing periods. Try to have both a balanced social and academic life. I struggled with this one, but my social and academic life was kind of in the same boat because everyone that I talked to about academics was in my social life. Like my social life was in school, so I was not very good at separating the two. But you do want to try to have both an academic life and a social life so that your life feels balanced. In my cardio kickboxing class, we learned about our balloons, and we want to keep them all aired up all the time and not let them deflate. So you want to try to live a balanced life. I think that every high school student should go to at least one football game and at least one pep rally. And now we are on to the specified advice. I have two crucial pieces of advice for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. So to all of my freshmen out there, I'm calling out to you right now. 1. Ask as many questions as you want. The only dumb question is the one that is not asked. If you don't ask a question, it cannot be answered. Number 2, freshman year is the year that you get to start making your mark, and you have to be proud of your mark. And now for my sophomores, if you did not make your mark freshman year, now is the year. It's the year to do it, I promise you. This is the year that you want to get into extracurricular activities, school organizations, clubs. Even if you make your own club, like let's say you want to make a chess club, make a chess club. Let's say you want to make a tap dance club, step club. Make something so you can make your mark and you can have something to enjoy while you're going to high school. And for all those juniors, it's starting to get serious. Number 1, you guys need to make sure you're keeping your grades up. I sound like a total nerdy nerd, goody two shoes when I say that, but honestly, it's true. Because from your junior year to your senior year, it is crucial that you keep those grades up. It determines your final GPA. Every class determines your final GPA. But junior and senior year are the years that you want to be taking your grades very, 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 very seriously. So with being in junior year, tip number 2 is to keep your circle small. So now you've been in high school for 3 years, for 2 years, you're on your 3rd year, and your circle grows, and you're in this group of people. The reason I tell you guys to keep your circles a little bit smaller is because the more people that are in your circle, the more distractions that you have, and the more chances that you will not get assignments done when you need to, projects, you'll be distracted, you won't be able to focus. So just keep your circle small. Like I think the biggest my circle ever got was 6 friends. That was the biggest circle. And finally, all of my seniors. All right, that was totally awkward, but whatever. Seniors, you are on your last year of high school. Congratulations, you made it this far. You still have a year to go. And then another congratulations. I know Every senior wants to participate in senior skip day. Let's be honest here. If you are going for perfect attendance or you do not want to get in trouble and risk being taken away from your senior trip, do not participate in senior skip day. I know it's a tradition. It's a thing. I didn't do it. I don't think I did it. No, I didn't do it. And, you know, I know it's a thing, and I know peer pressure is a thing. Like I said, I don't know what my eyebrows are doing, but we're going nuts today. Senior skip day is not worth it. Lastly, for my seniors, have fun. There is so much to do senior year. I'm going to read the list off of my computer right here. You have pep rallies, talent shows, seniors trip, academic achievements, senior photos, and graduation. There is so much to do senior year. It's not even funny. I didn't even get to do senior pictures. And you know what? I was still so busy. So busy. Senior year. That is the year. It's make the best memories. You just want to make the best memories, and you want to seriously leave your mark. Not make your mark. We already made our mark. First 3 years of high school, okay? Senior year is the year that you want to leave your mark. If you've ever heard the song I Was Here by Beyonce, that is your anthem for senior year. You want to let people know who you are, and you're graduating, you're leaving, but you're still there. All of these tips are absolutely phenomenal for going to high school. It doesn't matter what grade you are in. It doesn't matter if you're transferring. These tips can literally help everybody, whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, if you're going into college, if you're moving to another high school, if you're in a high school, it's not even in the US. It doesn't matter, because you know what? It is your high school experience. You make it the way that you want it made. You make your mark. You leave it. You be yourself. Stick to who you are, and you will be successful. I loved making this video for you guys. It brought back so many good memories from high school, and I really just hope that you guys take something away from this video. There are 40 things in this video. That's why it's so long. 40 things. You guys can do it. I love you guys so very much. If you guys want to see any other high school or college related videos, just give this video a big thumbs up. The goal is 50. If we can do 50 thumbs up, that would be absolutely amazing. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.